Good day and welcome. Today I'm going to demonstrate how agentic AI can be applied in a real-world student registration scenario within the higher education. However, for this we need to set the scene. During this time of the year, every student registration cycle brings the same set of challenges. Overloaded service environments, long queues, unanswered emails, high volume of unstructured student queries, which results in slow turnaround times and ultimately leads to frustrated students at the most critical time of the year. However, with this in mind, why not leverage from AI to facilitate and ease this process? With our agentic AI models, which are purpose-built for higher education, they are trained to understand student behavior, registration workflows, and operational realities university space every day, specifically during this time. These AI agents just doesn't respond to requests, they can take action. They are able to convert unstructured student emails into structured cases by identifying intent, sentiment, as well as extracting key data. What we do with this information is we can automatically classify and route these requests to the correct departments, as well as removing manual triage and misrouting. Part of this is automatically resolve these common registration issues where we can provide information, as well as prioritize urgent cases such as academic or financial issues that can cause blockers to the students. If we talk about these things, theoretically it all sounds great, however we need to make it practical and present you with a view of what this could look like in practice. On the screen you will see that we have received an email message from a student which is unstructured. As part of this, the system has automatically created this case from the email management or from the email system so that we have it in the management platform. If we open up this request, you can see at this point there is very little context. This query is unstructured, there's not a lot of data, there's no clear priorities, no clear classification or ownership. However, what we will do now is I will trigger the AI agents to initiate and triage this query from the student. In a real environment, we would run this automatically as part of the workflow, so that as part of the moment that a service agent opens up this query, it automatically immediately has this information. At this moment, what is happening is in the background the system has taken over this query and has started analyzing it. During the time, the agent will analyze the student's intent, sentiment, identify key registration and eligibility information, assess urgency, as well as potential academic or financial impact. And as part of that, the AI agent will try and determine the correct next actions. Let's wait for this agent to finish. And by now the system should have completed. So let's just quickly refresh this record and see what happened. Let's refresh. And what we should expect is, as part of the initial triage, we have a high level information about what this query was about, potential intent, as well as information about where it should be routing. And this provides the agent or the person that is responsible for responding to this query the prevalent information about what is it that the student requests. Now obviously the system will become much smarter. This is based on the yearbooks that we have embedded into the system and some supporting structural data. However, as part of being a large language model, the system will continue to learn and adapt and adopt different ways and become much more accurate. However, what we can see is that the system has realized that this is a query for the Faculty of Economical and Management Sciences. We can see that the classification has been set as this is part of academic information and registration rule assistance, as well as at this point in time this query is neutral. Now in the real world, this query will be automatically reassigned to the specific faculty, for completion. But let's quickly look at what would have happened if the system automatically resolved this by providing information as well. So as part of this, we just allowed the AI agent to take a similar request or similar query from a student and then just propose a solution. So similar construct as we saw previously, the initial intent was performed. What is the query about? Classification has been performed, sentiment analysis has been performed, automated routing has been performed. However, what the system has now done is it finalized it. So as part of what we can see is the system has come up with a solution or a workaround or something that we can present back to the student via email or a portal request and to notify them that this is where we'll look. Now as part of this, for demonstration purposes, we removed the URL so we don't display the data, but we can see from a workflow point of view that the system has automatically transitioned to the next phase, and this is where we have sent the student information, and now the student can validate whether this has resolved the query that he had or she had, or whether some additional information is required. And depending on the accuracy of the system, this or the supporting data, the system will become much more smarter. At this point in time, it's just using those yearbooks. As you can see, this has now gone from an unstructured, contextless query to a query that has been enriched and transformed. That is the power of what we are saying with our agentic AI modeling. It's not just assisting staff, but can actively reduce workload, accelerate resolution, and improve the student experience at scale. Now, in peak periods like registration, this approach allows institutions of higher education to actually just cope with the volumes of data or queries that are coming from the student community. It allows you to stay in control even under this immense pressure. I thank you for the time, thank you for watching, and I hope we believe that this will be able to make this painful period of the year much more easier and much more manageable for the student environment and create a sense of trust from the student into the higher education institution. Thank you for your time. Please let us know if you have any queries or if you need additional information, and we look forward to assist you to unlock your digital potential.